Which I'm trying to get swapped out to a TARDIS.
TARDIS. How amazing would that be? How amazing would that be?
How are you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah.
So jumping right in because we have a short time here.
Okay. So.
When you first read the script and first heard about this show, did you kind of anticipate that this show would blossom into this amazing phenomenon?
You know what? When I first read the script, I mean, it was an amazing script, and just to be a part of it, I was pinching myself each and every day. But I think on set, like the passion that everyone from our executive producers and networks brought all the way down to the crew and actors, all the love that we brought to the show, and how passionate we were about it.
Yeah.
I think that's what was really exciting, and that would to see the response to the show now was really gratifying for all of us.
I think it was a bit of a dark horse in terms of whether or not people were going to respond, because high concept shows are few and far between now. You have a lot of procedurals on television, and cable is really the home of high concept, but they don't always work. So I think we were operating.
Thank you, Tatiana Maslany.
Yeah, that's our best special effect.
That's our secret weapon.
But I think you hope that it works, but in the back, and you enjoy the experience, which was remarkable and life-changing for me and for Dylan and for everybody else. But you're very guarded because you know that one of two things will happen. It's either going to be incredible and you'll find your audience and people who will connect with the characters, or it will be disastrously bad, as is true of any high concept show. And
it seems like the momentum for the show is building more so after we've finished the first season, which is really interesting too. It's becoming kind of a cult favorite,
which is crazy.
It's just a brand new show.
Usually only happens like after the second or third season, but
right.
it's stunning.
Well, speaking of your cult following, this is your first Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And I was at.
This is your
second.
My
second, but my first proper. The first time I came to Comic-Con, I was with a kid show. It was a really lovely little series called "Oh my God, you're Tiffany Vogue! Hi! Holy shite! Hi! You're so sweet. We'll do this out. I'll fawn over you afterward." I did a really great show, but it was a kid show, and it was it was just a natural history. It was one of my home to some of my most precious memories, but it was a different experience. This is much more.
They didn't have vodka in the green room.
There's that. I was a lot more nervous for the carpets, that's for sure. But it was also, the show had just come out, so it was. And whereas this time around, people have seen Orphan Black, and there's a fandom growing, Clone Club.
Yeah. I saw the Nerd HQ panel. I was there for that.
Yes,
your reaction
awesome.
to that.
How good of a singer is he? So me putting him on the spot was he happy to deal with.
Please,
Jay
God.
Swift. Jay Swift. I was gonna join in. I started beatboxing too, but Tatiana was too good at beatboxing. I was like, I'm gonna ruin this.
She's pretty much just good at everything. That was really. When you work here, you're very much in a bubble, and you have very limited interaction with anyone who's watching the show. I'm kind of in disbelief that anybody watches it outside of like my mom and like my family out east, and
all our parents just get together and watch the show.
They're basically keeping it on the air, and to have that momentary connection where you know what I mean? Like it just
the energy was contagious. It was wonderful.
Kind of hits you square in the chest. It was like a bit of a sucker punch. Yeah. And we did get a little emotional. I think everyone was like, "Yeah, you were crying." I was like, "I cry at everything." I cry like 3 times.
Jordan's such a sweet guy. He'll cry when he sees children walking down the street. He's like, "Oh, that's a getting emotional." I'm like, "Jordan, it's okay, buddy. I'm here for you."
I like that. There's that commercial with any kind of commercial with animals.
Oh God,
Sarah McLachlan is evil.
Yeah, she is. Why does she do that to us?
The SPCA commercials are those are I can't talk about it.
You guys are such softies. What is it like to work with Skylar?
Oh my gosh, this girl. What a great question.
Kira?
Yeah.
Oh my God, she is she's the sweetest little girl.
Probably like borderline genius. She's brilliant. So prepared. You have this what is she, 9?
I think she's 9, yeah.
And she has already figured out that it's all about responding and finding.
She's so into the scene. She's so present and committed. Yeah. To see a young kid I
struggle with that. We all struggle
Are you kidding me? Of course we do.
Coming in, sometimes it's very difficult to stay rooted and stay connected.
Yeah,
and lose yourself in the scene. But I think kids have that sense of play. And that sense of total abandon,
imagination that just doesn't quit with her too.
Yeah, they're just willing to surrender themselves so much more to imagination and to the creative process. Whereas I think we have a lot of social biases and inhibitions that sort of prevent us from going, okay, yes, I'm a dog and now I'm a pirate. Kids are, you tell them to be a dog, they're a dog.
Right.
They're on the floor, and that's the place of play that you have to get back to.
How cute are Allison's kids too? Aren't those like the
so great
cutest kids you've ever seen in your life? And you got to play with them.
I did,
lot.
yeah.
I never worked with them, but
They were like just so
how
funny.
fun were they? Were they excited to dress up when you saw?
Oh yeah, and I was trying everything I could to get them to laugh, and they were just like, I'm not gonna get.
They were just giving you nothing.
Giving me an attitude and nothing, and I was like, okay, you guys are great. And they're really sweet, but they knew what they were doing. I think they knew more.
They made you
than
bring
I
your
was
A
doing.
game to the table for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, speaking of family, I just wanted to both of you to ask. Obviously Felix and Sarah are family.
Yeah.
But the other clones, does Felix consider them like his sisters as well? And with Paul, he's kind of on the outside.
Paul doesn't have a family. Yeah, I know.
So what does he? Do you guys consider the clones and Felix and Paul all kind of a weird, messed up family?
I would love. I don't think I'm on the inner circle yet. I don't think any of them trust Paul and what his true intentions are and what Paul's about. But I would love to be on the inner circle of the Felix and the clone family, the clone circle.
I think in the beginning it was sort of like Felix. He's been so close to Sarah, and one of his biggest fears is being left alone. That was something, inherent to outsiders, which is weird and kind of ironic because they're an outsider, but they fear isolation. So I think when Sarah discovers all of these, we'll call them familial connections because they are. They're quirky and weird, but they are sort of like sisters. I think there's actually, in the beginning, I was working with a twinge of jealousy. The fact that she has roots. She doesn't know where they go.
You're very jealous. Felix is very jealous.
Extremely,
because even the fact that Paul and Sarah started having a little bit of a relationship, which there was a pretty fun scene that we cut, but Felix was very sassy and jealous of Paul and Sarah's.
He was when he finds them in bed
burgeoning
together.
relationship. Yeah. Actually, wouldn't you be a little upset if you found someone that
I
just
think
shagged
in general,
your bed?
I think there was a little bit of that as well. And then I had to
Probably.
wash
Wash your silk sheets.
The props department, because I'm ripping off bed sheets in the next scene, and the props department thought it'd be really funny to load it up with condoms one time. I rip off the sheet, and there's loads of, and I was
awesome.
not gonna break, and I was like, seriously, and I just start it was awful. But yeah, I think the connection with Allison, that relationship was really unexpected, and it's really funny because evidently, that's just it. They share so much. They actually are very similar, and I think either person could have become the other.
He's her confidant. He's all she really has at that moment, right?
Yeah.
And that was such a beautiful scene of you guys in the bathroom. I really loved it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was where they solidified the relationship, and
I hope they really explore that in season 2 because we don't know anything about season 2. They don't
they've
tell
been
us anything.
so cagey.
Yeah, so cagey
Except
about
that
it.
you were roommates.
I literally.
We start dating, and
I was
get
hoping.
married.
I hope
Obviously.
that. I want Felix to come kick some butt with Paul. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
I would like.
I think it'd be awesome. They go out to a gun range and he teaches them how to shoot, and they're doing
You have
pull-ups
no
together.
idea how I would push the wardrobe department to let me do it in, I don't know,
Some
drag or something.
Some drag camo.
Have my 3 women moment from Robert Altman's films, and they're on the gun range. Do you guys ever see 3 Women? Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
With the drama of it all. I would, I think that'd be really fun.
It'd be like The Odd Couple, right?
Fighting crime.
Fighting crime.
Fabulous.
Felix and Paul. I'd also like to figure out what kind of animal he would fight as, because it would be different than a feline.
Felix?
When he's his felines are actually really
something with claws for
It
sure.
would probably. Yeah, I see this.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe a
seeing
Wolverine.
Badger.
Badger.
Honey badger.
The honey badger.
badger.
Yes.
Honey badger
Yes.
don't care. Honey badger don't give a shit. Yeah, he's a honey badger. There we go.
Well, what does that make Paul then?
Oh gosh.
Lion. Batman.
I know. With my voice right now, Batman, absolutely. I don't know.
I know we're gonna sound like Barry White, all of us, by the end of the day.
I know, seriously.
So they're going to do a Halloween special just for you guys now.
Yeah, right. Or a musical episode. That would be fun.
That would be a lot of fun. Even though when I was in college and I took my musical theater
Yeah,
course.
you have a musical theater background.
Not a
which I
background.
forget.
It was just to get a drama degree. You had to take a musical theater class, And the teacher would always tell me after we sang like a song, he'd always say, "Dylan, you're about as good enough to get government work when you get out of here." And I was like, what does that even mean? But that is so rude.
It's mean.
All right.